Hey, welcome back. Let's take a look at significant figures, also known as sig figs, and how we can apply them when doing calculations. These calculations will involve addition, subtraction, and multiplication division. The first thing that we will look at is addition or subtraction. These are very similar operations, just in different directions. The first thing we want to do when dealing with addition and subtraction is to figure out the number of decimal places that are in each number that we are adding or subtracting. Next, we will report our answer. Our answer will be reported according to the fewest number of decimal places in the numbers that we were given. Let's take a look at an example. 3.021 is added to 2.01. That would equal 5.031. And so what would I put for my actual answer? What am I going to report? I'm only going to use 2 decimal places because we can see the top number had 3 and the bottom number had 2, 2 being the fewest. So I will end at 3, 5.03. I will not round up. I will keep it the same because 1 is not greater than 5. Let's take a look at another example. 6.053 plus 7.1. That gives me 13.153. So how do I know the number of figures? There's 1, 2, 3 after the decimal place up top, and 1 on the bottom. 1 is the fewest, so I will only record 1. I see that there's a 5 right after the 1, so I must round up. So I'll report 13.2 as my answer. Let's take a look at another example. 3.074 plus 6.01. That will equal 9.084. I count the top is 1, 2, 3. The bottom is 1, 2. Fewest is 2, so I can only report 2. So I'll report 908 because 4 is below 5, so I will keep it at 8. Remember, the rounding rule is 5 or greater, I'm going to round up. And if I have 5 or less, I will keep it the same number. Now let's move on to multiplication and division problems. We must remember that these are 2 different operations, and so we'll use 2 different rules for them. First of all, I need to know the number of significant figures in each of the numbers I am working with. The number that has the fewest number of significant figures will represent the number of significant figures for my answer. Let's say that we have 3.0 times 1. What does that equal? Well, there's 2 significant figures there. There's 1 there, so I can only report 1, so the answer is 3. If I have 3.0, there's 2. 1.0 is 2. So my answer would reflect two significant figures, 3.0. Another example, 125 times 34 would result in 4,250. I see that I only have two significant figures, which is limiting me because the 3 is larger. So I'll report 4,300 because there's a 5 next to the 2. 3.65 times 1.3, I would get 4.745. But because there are only two significant figures in 1.3, I must report only 2. So 4.7, because 4 is less than 5. That's it. See you next time. Bye-bye.